What do you make of these comments?
Jerry needs to stop with the hyperbole, Skip. You and I both know this defense is not even close to the mid-'90s defenses that were winning 3 or 4 Super Bowls. You know that, I know that. Jerry needs to stop. Now, first of all, those 2 guys in the '90s, they're in the Hall of Fame. So which one is the Deion Sanders? And I know DeMarcus Lawrence had a great season, but his body of work, his resume is not complete yet. So to put him in that Charles Haley's breath is very unfortunate. And then you had a Russell Mallett who made a Pro Bowl, and a Leon Lett, and a Tony Tolbert who made Pro Bowls. Your safeties, Brock Marion, Darren Woodson. Those were Pro Bowl players, Skip. The poorest part of your defense is your secondary. You had a chance to get Earl Thomas, could have helped a lot. But that's neither here nor there. So Jerry's just practicing hyperbole. And only Cowboys fans believe everything that Jerry says. Now, Skip, I get the point because Travis Fredericks is out. He's going to go get further testing. Surgery, they said surgery is still a possibility. So he's not playing your all-pro center. Zach Martin, probably done for the rest of the preseason, getting ready for game 1. Tyron Smith. So I get the fact that you say, okay, Dak, do I really want my starting quarterback in there with backups and backups? Probably not. Zeke not playing, Skip. This is not as unusual as one might possibly think because LaDainian Tomlinson might have played 5-10 snaps his entire preseason career. Adrian Peterson didn't play a whole lot of preseason because when you're going to ask a running back to touch the ball 350-plus times, do you really want him touching an extra 20 carries in the preseason? Probably not. So with Zeke, I'm not overly concerned with. And I get Jerry's concern with 2 or 3 offensive linemen being out of the starting lineup. But you're asking Dak to go play opening day with only 22 attempts in a real live action. The only way you simulate a regular game situation is preseason game. It's as close as you can get. You can't get that, Skip, in practice. You can't get what you can get in a preseason through a practice. So although I understand why Jerry would be concerned, got to bubble wrap these guys. These guys not made of paper mache. Skip, you remember quarterbacks, everybody played in the preseason, and you played a bunch, and you didn't get hurt. Now everybody stay hurt. But Jerry need to stop. He go talking about, Skip, he throws it out there, but he's thinking about that Dak and Zeke probably shouldn't play anymore with the offensive line being like it is, but he's going to leave that up to Jason. You threw it, so in other words, you throw that out there, and then Jason gonna say, nah, Jerry, I'm gonna play these guys. Jerry, you need to stop with this. You know good and well you coaching this team, and Jason just has that title. He ain't doing no coaching. I'm gonna leave that. But we gonna be sensitive to that offensive line. That's your team, though.
It's still my team. So we have 2 issues to deal with here, and I'll deal with the first one first. To your point about 2 stud offensive line, 2 all-pro offensive linemen will be out for the last 2 preseason games. So this is a Jason Garrett, I remind you, who has been traditionally bullish on 3rd preseason game. I remind you that traditionally Jason Garrett has played his starting offense into the 3rd quarter of the 3rd preseason game.
Yes.
And I will remind you that Dak Prescott has lost Dez Bryant, thankfully, and he's lost Jason Witten, which is not a bad thing as long as you can find a new tight end. And I don't think there is a new tight end because I haven't seen one emerge yet. So you need to go find that guy of the no-name tight ends that you have, except for Rico Gathers, who's like running 4th team right now. So I don't get that. Is it Allen Hurns as your new wideout target? Is it Willie Gallup, or is it Michael Gallup, or who is it? I don't know. You know, who's this guy? So you need to play Dak Prescott some in the 3rd preseason game, with or without the offensive line. Because what did we just see Bill Belichick do to Tom Brady? I don't think he did it for Tom Brady. I think he did it to him. He played him the entire first half of the 2nd preseason game. I don't know what that leaves for their 3rd and 4th games. I don't know. But Tom Brady's 41 years of age, and, you know.
Dak's 25.
Yeah, he's 25. So did Dak need the reps coming up? And I was looking forward to it because this was going to be Sunday night, national TV. This was going to be a big stage for him to find a little more rhythm with whoever will emerge as his new targets on offense. Did I want to see Zeke, I don't know, maybe a series just to knock a little of the rust off, just to get back in a little game action, just to feel what it felt like? Remember, he missed 6 games last year due to the suspension. Yes, I did. I was fine because football is a violent game. It has inherent risk. You just have to play. You just have to play a little bit. Now you're telling me that Dak and Zeke are going to get thrown completely rusty into the opening game at Carolina. I don't love it. But to your point, Jerry closes those remarks by saying, but I'll leave that up to Jason. Well, if that's true, then
they play.
Dak's going to play. They're both going to play. You know, it's just look what Belichick did with a makeshift offensive line. He tried to start Isaiah Wynn at left tackle, and he immediately got hurt.
Right.
Lost. I think he's gone for the year with his Achilles now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though, Skip. The thing is what Coach Belichick is probably looking at, Tom has to get work with these receivers. He's going to be without Edelman the first game, and so now he has Eric Decker. I got to get him up to speed. I mean, Gronk and Gronk and Hogan. Those are the only two receivers that he's thrown to in the course of his career. So Coach Belichick says, I need to get timing. Well, don't you think Dak needs timing with Tavon Austin?
Yep.
With Allen Hurns, with Thompson, the fast guy? So basically,
he's been out. So
right.
Yeah.
So basically, we're just going to show up Sunday and go play.
Yeah. Chemistry will be perfect. Rhythm will work.
There's nothing like game experience. And the preseason is as close as you can get to a regular season game, Skip. You can't I don't care. You can't simulate that in practice. Trust me. Mm-hmm. You can do all the situations. Okay, it's 35 seconds and they have the clock out there, Skip. Mm-hmm. It's 3rd and 3 and you get all that. It's not the same as a preseason game because things are different. You know it's different. Everybody else knows it's different. I get what Jerry's saying, Skip. I really do because he's saying the risk reward. No Travis Frederick, no Zach Martin. That's right up the heart. Mm-hmm. So if somebody really want to get to Dak, they take their guys and they says, okay, you're playing backup guys there. So I get what he's saying, but don't say you're going to leave that up to Jason Garrett. That's your decision.
It sounds like he already made it.
Exactly. You already made your mind up that you're not going to play those two guys. But Skip, for a running back, Zeke is going to touch the ball. If what's being said is true, that he's been studying Marshall Faulk and he wants to be a more viable option in the passing game, that means his 300, 325, 30 carries is going to be added on to another 50-plus catches. Mm-hmm. So now you're talking about 360, 380 touches. Do you really want him touching? There's no easy position in the NFL. All of it's tough. But the easiest position to play as far as transition, God-given natural ability, is running back. Mm-hmm. Skip, I toss you the ball, hey, run to the open hole. And worst case scenario, no matter what, run to the open hole. You can do that. Zeke can do that in his sleep. I'm not concerned about Zeke. Now, his wind might be something entirely different because you only get in football shape playing football.
So that brings me to issue number 2, which is far more troubling. It's my Lord have mercy issue with Jerry Jones because as a fan, I try to hang in. My heart is telling me to believe in what Jerry is saying. My head is screaming, no, 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 because this is Jerry has lost his mind. This is Jerry has gone either completely over the edge as a huckster, hype artist, hype man, PT Jerry Jones, or he truly believes that, and I'm going to repeat this line, this is as good a talent as I can ever remember on defense? What? I covered those teams. I was there every day. I wrote books about those teams, and I told you the other day, this defense is way better than it was last year.
Yes.
But that's a whole different statement than as good as I've ever seen, because I'm looking for Dion, and I don't see Dion.
No.
I'm looking for Charles Haley, and I like DeMarcus Lawrence, but he's not Charles Haley.
No.
And I'm looking for Darren Woodson at safety, and I don't see Darren Woodson. And now Jerry is raving about Xavier Woods, their 6th-round pick of a year ago. So now he's entering his 2nd season, and Jerry says, I'm as excited about him as any player on my roster. It looked like he tore his hamstring in the game the other night, and he's clearly not going to be able to play game 1, and I won't be surprised if he doesn't come back until game 5.
Right.
So now you're down that guy that you're as excited about as anybody on the defense, and you're still telling me that you like the talent on defense as much as any you've ever had? You won 3 Super Bowls with that talent, and now you're telling me...
3.
Yeah, 3. And I can't even, like, in the defensive front. You know how much I like David Irving. Jerry raves about him. He has monster potential. He's gone for 4 games.
Yeah.
So what? Where are we going with this? Dayton Jones that they added from the Packers, who was a late first-round pick back in, 2013?
Right.
Dayton Jones tore up his knee the other night, and they're not saying, but it looks like he's gone. So, Jerry, what are we talking about here?